Okay, so this message is for whoever is up and gets this notification. Maybe there's a reason that you're awake. Maybe you're not normally up after 2 o'clock in the morning. Maybe it's not 2 o'clock in the morning where you are, but for whatever reason, I have to be on here and I have to tell you. Okay, now, don't get nervous, but take a walk over to a window that is facing toward the street. A window that's facing toward your car. If your car happens to be a white car, it appears to have 4 doors. I believe it has 4 doors. It is showing me a bluish type of license plate, or there is blue on the license plate. If this is your vehicle, if there is something hanging from the rear view, I'm trying to give you as many details as I can about what I see in the vehicle. I see a lot of papers over the visor. I see a candy wrapper on the floor or a gum wrapper on the floor. I'm also seeing what appears to be a French fry. Crazy, right? I'm seeing a French fry. For this person who has this vehicle, who this makes sense to, okay, yes, it also could be a pickup truck that has the double cab. So that's the answer for that, but it is white. It is white. It also could be a vehicle that only has 3 hubcaps. 1 is missing for whatever reason. This vehicle, I feel like either someone was walking by and looking inside this vehicle. Somebody was trying to see something, get information, figure something out. Perhaps they're being challenged by a question. Maybe they're motivated to see what evidence or what things they can see in your car. Something that is going to be able to help them to put a story together, to figure out either where you've been or who you've been with. There also may be some type of a scarf in the back seat or a sweater in the back seat. It's kind of laying almost across the middle of the back seat, kind of hanging off on one side. If that makes sense to you, and it looks like a dark color, almost a black color. I am seeing too that there is some type of a sticker, or maybe it's a parking sticker on the back windshield, or maybe it is a some kind of sticker on the back windshield. I don't know if it's a AAA sticker. I don't know if it's again, like I said, maybe it's where you live and you have a certain parking sticker. Anyway, I feel like somebody knows that that's your vehicle. I feel like this person knows exactly which apartment or which condo or which townhouse or which house, whatever, where you live. I also feel like this person has been coming around often, either, similar to like when somebody's going to rob a store, like they're casing the joint, or they're, trying to see who's home, or they're trying to see what room the lights are on at this time, and then what room lights go on at another time. So maybe seeing what time you're up, or maybe watching TV, then seeing maybe you go upstairs and turn the TV on as well. Some of you, it feels like whoever this is, you go to sleep with the TV on. So the TV ends up watching you. But at the same time, it is like a nightlight for you, and that's why you leave the TV on all night. If this is making sense to you, then you need to pay attention to your surroundings. You also need to make sure you keep your car doors locked, your windows up tight. Make sure that your house doors are locked, your windows are locked, so that nobody can try to gain entry. I don't feel like this is a person trying to do any harm to you, but I do feel like this is a person who is very curious about you. So like I said, if this is making sense to you, if the description that I gave you about the vehicle, about the license plate, about what's in the car, if any of that makes sense to you, please let me know. There is a little bit more trash in the car than usual. No judgment here. No judgment. But it's kind of like, you're constantly running back and forth to work or whatever, and you just haven't had time to clean the car out yet. I do feel like, again, this is definitely something that you want to pay attention to. Okay? Not quite sure of everything yet. I'm getting messages as I'm trying to say this to you because I want to get this out to you as soon as I can. For anybody who happens to be awake, maybe for whatever reason you couldn't sleep well, but this is going to help to give you some answers of why you're not sleeping. Pay attention to the numbers on the clock. Alright? Pay attention to anything around you, your surroundings. For some of you, I don't know if you are on night shift, if you are out working right now, and you're going to hear this message. It may make sense to you. I do feel like this vehicle that I'm seeing does a lot of traveling, does a lot of back and forth. I don't feel like it is a brand new vehicle. It feels like it could be anywhere between, I'm going to say, 4 or 5 and 7 years old. So it is a older vehicle, between 4 or 5 or 7 years old. Okay? I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. Also, too, I feel like I see the letter L in the license plate. There's a letter L. There's a number 5. L5. L5. A V. I see the letter V, like Victor. L5V. Now, the V could be a Volkswagen. The V could be a Volvo. The V is a little bit unstable for me right now. So I'm not sure if the V is standing for the vehicle type, or V is just confirming that it is a vehicle that I'm seeing. So again, remember the letters that I just told you and the number. I see a 5. I see the L. And again, I don't know if the V is actually in the license plate, or is that just confirming that it is a vehicle that I see. Okay, so the warning for this message is to make sure you keep your car locked, to make sure that your doors are secure. I am not talking about a robbery or a burglary. I am talking about somebody being very nosy, maybe somebody stalking, maybe it's an ex-partner, maybe it's an ex-husband, ex-wife, but either way, somebody is definitely nosying around. Please note too, I feel like when they look in your car windows, they do not have gloves on. So if there is a problem, or if anybody did go in your car for any reason, there are fingerprints available. So please keep that in mind. There are fingerprints available. Well, I hope this message gets out to somebody. I hope this is an alert that you understand. And once again, Grandmom has me up at 2 o'clock and something in the morning, almost 3 probably, to give you this message. So I am going to forward this so that it will go to YouTube, and I'll check back for the replies or the comments tomorrow, because I am going to go to bed. Again, I was woken up to give this message out. It seems to be very important and significant to someone. It has got to be for a specific person with the letters in the license plate that I see. So please let me know how this works for you. Wishing you all a good night.